Hello everyone. Before I start this arena run, I would just like to go over the patch notes that just released, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago. So a lot of these card nerfs aren't really that relevant for arena. The only one that is probably Velrock, because you can get this as your rogue legendary. Now, when Velrock transforms into his final form, instead of being a 3/6, it's a 3/3. It was a pretty big nerf because now, if you have the Velrock in his form on the board, he's a lot easier to kill, and your opponent has less of a chance to snowball. I really like these nerfs because they gave me a ton of dust. I was playing Tree and Druid before, so I got dust from these two cards. I got the mini set as well, so all of these cards were dusted. That was really nice. Of course, I was also playing Paladin, which you may know because I hit Legend with it for the first time. So here are the actual direct arena updates. Forge of Wills and Transfer Student have been removed. I've actually never seen Transfer Student, I think. But yeah, last time I was playing Forge of Wills, and obviously it's very strong. So it makes sense that they removed it. Butch, Amalgamate, Mage Armor, Krusty the Crustacean have been removed. So I'm not really sure about these other cards, but I know for sure Krusty was very strong. It was the 5 mana 3/3 crab that ate a minion and took its stats. So now that that's out of the pool, treasures are a lot less strong. Currently, the strongest treasure still in is Holy Book by far. That thing can totally swing around games. Appearance rate of all mini set cards have been increased. Appearance rate of Sludge on Wheels have been decreased. Appearance of Kobold Miner and Burrowbuster has been decreased in Rogue and Warlock. So these are very warranted nerfs to Rogue and Warlock because I was playing them and they were very strong classes. So now onto the actual run. Okay, let's start. Rogue, Druid, or Warrior. So we did recently play Rogue. Don't know if I want to go with him again. I think we might play Warrior. I had a good time playing with it. Rogue was recently nerfed. I could also play Druid, but I don't really have much experience with that class in general. Deep Miner Bran. Is that ever good? Or I could also try Kazakusan, right? I don't think that's still bugged. Yeah, but if I'm playing Kazakusan, Druid would be the class for it, not Warrior. I don't really think I can't even think of any Warrior Dragons off the top of my head. If I go Deep Miner Bran, that could actually be kind of funny if it works. But go Deep Miner Bran and just pick up the Excavate package. But then I can only put one of each card in my deck, so this is kind of iffy for me. It's probably just the middle card. But I don't know. Maybe Deep Miner Bran is actually good in Arena. It would make for a funny YouTube video, but if I pick that, I might just go 0-3. So here it's just the slam. We have card draw plus removal. These two are okay. Brewmaster is only good situationally. Slam is just good a lot of the times. Let's go Gadgeteer. I don't really care about the 8 armor. Oh yeah, I got the signature Cobalt Miner, by the way. You get it from the Lunar New Year event that's just happening. We'll go with this. It's never the other two. You know what? This could actually be interesting. I might just go with this. We don't have any mechs, but this thing could really... If I'm playing big cards in the late game, this location is very strong. And the other two are very bad choices anyways. Let's go with the totem. I mean, shield block is just the totem, but without the extra threat of me drawing more cards. Let's go with the totem. Oh, this is a warrior dragon. But I'd have to play 4 for Kazakusan to work. But this is kind of good though. It's a 4 mana 4/5. That's a shield slam on top of it. I think we pick this guy up. I think we go with the axe. Probably not the Ogremancer. Yeah, you play this guy on 2, and on 3 you can trigger its death rattle. Another totem is interesting. I think it's the Corporal, because that is a very annoying card. If your opponent can't handle this card, you just give your whole board Divine Shields and you snowball ahead. Although I do like the totem, but I think I'll pick up Corporal. Let's go with I Know a Guy. Could take another slam. That could be interesting. But you play this on 1 and you get a taunt minion with extra stats. These aren't... Oh, actually, no, 4 mana 7/7 is the pick here. The other 2 aren't any good. So Penflanger can be funny, for sure. We're just not running a big spell deck. And I think Proto Drake is also a very good card. It's just that I'm really scared of Holy Book. Maybe I shouldn't be, because the chance you get offered Holy Book is kind of small. But you play this on 8, and on 9 your opponent can just Holy Book it, and you instantly lose. Maybe I'll pick that then. It's a good 2-drop. So it's never this, because we don't have anything synergizes with it. Could be the Acolyte of Pain, because our deck is lacking card draw. We have Slam and Totem, and that's it. At the same time, though, it's a 3 mana 1/4. It's probably just the Sledge Belcher. So Bouncing Blade could be very good if your opponent has one big minion. Just have to get rid of it. Just have to be careful not to pick up too much removal. So of course, yeah. And this is healing. It's a tough choice. We don't really have any hard removal. Yeah, I'm going to pick up the Bouncing Blade. So Dinomatic is good. But I also like the Athletic Studies. And if we pick up mech synergies in the future, it would also be good. Like, Dinomatic is solid on its own. I don't know. Maybe this card was good like 3 years ago. But I feel like the power level of everything has just increased so much. I'm just going to pick up these studies. Okay, so Nixian Warder works with 1 dragon. I think that's it. If it doesn't work, it's a 5 mana 3/6. Crazed Alchemist can be some utility, but yeah, now I have to look for some bigger drops. So if I'm halfway through the deck, maybe I'll get 4 dragons on average. The thing is, though, it's really awkward with the 4 mana dragon, because you'd have to not play this on 4 and then play this on 5. I might just have to go with this, because the other 2 are kind of mediocre anyways. Oh, so we can try for Taunt Warrior. So Glory Chaser works with Flunky, I Know a Guy, the Dragon, Sludge Belcher. There is quite a few taunt minions. So maybe it's the Juggernaut. I think we have to pick up an Execute. But there's also the one that, it gives us a card. Or like, there's the 2-mana Execute that excavates. Maybe it's just another slam. Or could it be the Gadgeteer? Let's think about this. So we have a lot of 1, 2. Yeah, we have a lot of early drops. Let's count number of 2 drops. We have 4 2 drops, 1 3 drop, and a bunch of 4s. We have 5 4 drops. No, 3 4 drops. So I might pick this up just for another 3 drop. It's probably just the hammer. Synergizes with obviously the dragon, but also it's just good in general. You don't need it to synergize with anything. So we're lacking a little bit of AoE. And Shield Shatter could help us with that. Also, Watcher is just a very solid 2. But yeah, currently my deck has no way of taking care of large boards, and Shield Shatter would be the pick here if we want some of that. Really sucks to pass up on Watcher of the Sun, but I don't think we need it. It's probably just this. Is it ever Blast from the past? I feel like it's just like 4 mana and do a bunch of things with little importance. I'm not a fan of this playing this card. Because, okay, you play it on 4. What does it do for you immediately? It gives you 2/1/1 boom bots. And the spare parts, they might be good later. But I think I just pick up the Shield Shatter. Maybe this is our win condition. Go Crimson Expanse into some big stuff. This is board clear, but do I need one of those? Currently we don't have many. It's just a very solid board clear. Okay, Sword Eater's the obvious pick here. It's just such a strong card. You just have to pass on it. It's probably not the Prison Breaker because we're not a very spell-heavy deck. Maybe a second totem just to cycle through my deck. We could go with another Sword Eater. The main issue is that gives us 3 4-cost weapon cards. We have 1 Craftsman Hammer and then 2 Sword Eaters. But it's just such a strong card, I might just have to pick it up anyways. And it synergizes with our Taunt package. Okay, so here let's go with the Troublemaker. Very strong 8 drop. Gonna be this. I think I'll just go with the studies again. Here, since we already have 2 totems, I might go with the fishy flyer just for a rush minion. Okay, tram operator is actually good here. No, we only have 1 mech. For some reason I thought we had more than that. Yeah, we just have 1 mech. Okay, maybe it's just a shield block. Very underwhelming card though. Yeah, of course tram operator is good, but we just don't have... This isn't a mech for some reason. Maybe that's why I thought I had more mechs. Alright, so this... For some reason I thought all the metal parts made like a mech character, but no, it's a goblin carrying a large weapon type thing. Oh, I see. So I guess shield block works well with the dragon stuff. Storm giants. Probably just sanitize. And here, so we have astral portal, princess, or necrotic poison. Let's take a look at death rattles. Oh, so we have this, which is good if I have the 4 armor. Sludge Belcher. Also have the Fishy Flyer, which is kind of meh. I mean, this could really high roll, but I think we just go with the poison. Let's see how this deck plays out. Not so sure how I feel about this deck, but there are a lot of very high value cards like Sword Eater and Grimy Gadgeteer. Oh wow, okay. So we can keep 2 taunts with Detonation Juggernaut. But I think we just keep the Sword Eater because we do this, we don't have any early drops. Okay, so if I play the Totem, it's gonna die on turn 2. But yeah, we have to do that. Wow, that is a strong turn 1 play. I might just cycle for the Totem because I desperately need a turn 3 play. You can see that half my deck is 3 costs or lower, but fortunately we didn't draw anything. Okay, so this turn it seems like we'll just play I Know a Guy and then we forge the Bellowing. Next turn we play Sword Eater and hit the 3/3. Unfortunately we don't have a dragon for this to set off. Maybe we just get a buffed Sword Eater. Or we can go with Anubisath, but then the stats on it aren't as good. So if I take this, it's a 3/7. I think that's good enough for us. My opponent doesn't have any plays right now. It's kind of interesting. Makes me wonder why he decided to use the coin. So the next turn we can have a very strong play where we bump this minion into here, play the location, and copy it. Yes, we can do it. So we make 2/3/6s with taunt. So I don't want to take another 4 damage by playing Sword Eater and hitting into it. What I might do is... I might play Corporal plus Gadgeteer. So this really threatens my opponent because I might give my whole board Divine Shield. And the next turn we might do something with Bellowing Flames. So he does do a good enough job not letting me honorable kill anything. It's a very awkward turn. I think we do something like this. Hits that. Yeah, I think I want to start pushing face damage now. Hopefully it doesn't hit the corporal. Are you serious? Why does it always hit the worst minion? So my idea is we can play the Vezix, or whatever this is called, and hit the 2/6 and summon a copy of it. But I guess I start with the athletic studies, just to see what we get. We get Slagmaw. Slagmaw, Overlord, or Razorjaw. Like, this could be good eventually, but I don't really want to wait 6 turns. Probably just this. And oh, I should have played the athletic studies after, because I don't want this to be the one that gets reduced. So let's hit this into here. Do this on the location. And I guess I'll just pass. Like, maybe I want 4 damage into that. But it's a little awkward. I think we start with this. Wow, we low rolled that. I think I'm okay with doing this. I'm just going face. So now this kind of pressures my opponent to do something about my board, or else he loses. But I feel like we low rolled everything this game. Thorson hitting the corporal twice. The Bellwing Flames not killing the 1 health minions, and so on. Maybe it's game over here? Because... Oh, can he freeze one of my minions? No, it's not game over. Dang. So this goes face always. Let's do that. And then we play this. This might bounce to another mech. But my opponent has an empty hand, so like What's he gonna do, right? Oh, my bad. Wait, oh. I should have maybe played this first to give the fishy flyer +1/+1. But I guess it kind of works out because it gives this thing +1/+1. So what is that top deck? Don't be like Sunspot Dragon. Oh, okay. Good game. Hopefully this time around we'll get something to play early. I think we might just toss away everything. Because it is a priest, I don't think we need the axe, and we just need to find stuff to play early on. Once again, we get the totem. I think that's alright. Oh, sow the seeds. So I'm going to play this just to, because first of all, it's my only play, and it threatens the board. Interesting. My opponent has this card. Hmm. This deck is a little better than I thought. We have the synergy with Grimy Gadgeteer plus big taunt minions like Sword Eater, and then we can play Crimson Expanse to give it a lot of to make a big statin minion. So I think I just hit into the 5/2 and go face with the Gadgeteer. Obviously, we want to keep this as long as possible, and just keeps buffing my hand over and over. So maybe the theme of this deck is hand buffing. Wow, that is a very weak play. I think we go with the studies and we go with the Crimson Expanse. Just develop it without using it. My opponent has the card that destroys all 4 attack minions. And that would be really good on this board actually. Probably just another Vezix. And I was saying to develop the Crimson Expanse, maybe I just play a second Sword Eater. Just to get some stuff on the board right away. I think that's better. I shouldn't put this on the board and say, hey opponent, this is what I'm going to do next turn. Maybe I should be a little sneaky with this card. Like, when there is an option to use it, I should then play it just to throw off my opponent. Oh, so 5 mana 7/7 is not bad. My opponent is keeping the Needle Rock Totem alive, which is just giving me so much value. I think we play the Vezix, rush into the 7/7, and just go face with everything. And next turn, if my opponent doesn't kill it, I can armor up again and get another 7/7, another 7/6. Or we just do that. Of course, he could have like Shadow Word Death or whatever. And yeah, let's go face because he's at 12. Oh, actually, Needle Rock Totem makes this so good because now he has to deal damage to me and kill this thing. Does he not realize? It's just going to resummon. Yeah, that's a big misplay. And now I think we have 7, 11, 13, 16, and then it's lethal with Troublemaker. Wait, why did I think I have coin? I had coin. Okay. Well, I might as well just develop something. Let's put the location. I guess let's put it here. And let's put... For some reason, I thought I went second so I could coin out the Troublemaker. But yeah, it's not lethal yet. I have a very hard time seeing how my opponent beats this. Okay. So let's go. We can kill this with 2 bumps because we can slam it. We can do this, this, and hit for 10, and that's lethal. Oh, I can't target that. What am I thinking? You know what? I could do this, deal 2 to all, and that would actually work. Good game. You know, this deck is actually better than I thought. Another priest. And with the Sword Eater, you just don't keep the hammer. I saw Shady Bunny playing Arena a long time ago, and Sword Eater used to be a really good card back then, and it feels like it still is. A 4 mana 2/5 is obviously understated, but you get a 3/2 weapon on top of that. Back when Fiery War Axe costed 2 mana, it was strong. So if you say the 3/2 sword is worth 2 mana, then you're paying another 2 mana for 2/5 body, which is so strong. Whoa. Okay, what shocked me here is my opponent has 1 minion in his deck, and that makes me a little bit concerned. Probably just the Annoyotron here, just so I can have a turn 2 play, or turn 3 play. Doomsayer. So I can deal with this Doomsayer if I just play the Necrotic Poison. I think what we do is we look for a rush minion. Hellhound does it. Hellhound does the trick. Wait, is that the minion my opponent got a copy of? Wait, no. My opponent just drew this Drake, so He played that 2-mana Forge card to get, like, 2 of these Drakes. Oh, yeah, Shard is so good here. I think we just go... do I save the rock? Because I really don't need to use it here. I think I just save it. Okay, so we get the Needle Rock totem. And so we can start drawing a lot faster. And it synergizes well with this Drake. I think we go 2+3, we rock the 5/5, trade the 2/1 in, and just go all face. Let's go slam. Nubasath is really good here. So let's do that. I mean, we have a lot of removal in our hand, but my opponent's not playing many minions at all. And I'm so glad we have the totem on the board, because we would be running out of cards quickly. Okay, so I can play the Drake, kill the 4/6, and then maybe after that I just discover something. Or do I want to draw first? It doesn't really matter because I'm almost always just playing Drake to hit that. I am worried about Priest board clearing here, but there's no real way you can play around that. So let's just play the Flunky, look for something big. A Dirty Rat here is funny, but let's not take that. I guess we take the Juggernaut. Kind of tempted to take the Juggernaut just to get the value. And I guess we don't draw because he has the Tunnel Trog here. You know what? I'm playing the Dragon. This is just taking too long. Can't think so much. I shouldn't have weaponed that. Some tough decisions here, but I think I just need to get the minion on board. My opponent wants a flunky. Interesting. So I think we draw for sure just to see what we get. Another totem. I might just play this because I don't have anything else to play. So this play might look a little funny, but I do want to keep one of my totems. So I'm going to try to hit the axe into the totem so that it lives. Oh wait, it never lives. What am I doing? Well, I'm just misplaying here. I guess I just pass here. I really need the card draw. Okay, so I'm glad I have this AoE. I could play it for free, but I think Bellowing Flames just clears here as well. Trade to here, and this becomes... No, Bellowing Flames does not clear. But probably, if I play Bouncing Blade and then Bellowing, probably clears. So let's do that. I guess I do this first. Another one. Too bad I don't have any board clears, right? Oh, this is really bad for us. If we take 8, we take 8. Okay. Now we go, I think, sanitize plus this, just to buff up our taunt minions. These games are just so frustrating to play. And we're gonna fatigue sooner than him. So we have to start doing something. Another one. Oh, that's what the creation protocol did. Wait, that's actually so annoying. But that's his last one. He's not gonna get more than 3 confessors, right? Wait, I can use this to target his minions. Should I do that? I don't think it makes sense. You just play 4 plus 3 plus 2. Make some really big stuff and just get rid of this thing. No! Why couldn't it have been any of his other minions? Why did it have to be that one? I'm gonna make a copy of his thing. And we just have a massive sludge belcher. But unfortunately, that seems like our only way to win. I'm not playing this anymore. That last game just took my soul. But against Mage, hopefully we won't have to deal with that type of BS. Hmm. I'd probably just pick a Ziliax here. Oh, Ogre Gang can also be very good, especially if it gains Divine Shield. So let's go with that. And then I'd Forge here. The next turn's probably either play... Ooh, that could be Counterspell or Objection. I think I'm most worried about Objection. We can probably just safely assume it's that. In that case, I'd just want to play the Totem. Or should I check for Counterspell first? Ah, okay. Well, it's probably Objection. Oh, no, it's Explosive Runes. Wow, that just makes everything a lot worse. Oh, we can Bellwing Flames and then just play the Axe. Should consider attacking with it, because we have the option of triggering the Death Rattle and getting a bigger minion. So I just like to keep that option available. Seems like my opponent's just going to freeze me for a couple of turns. I think we trade away the Shard and play the Armorsmith. Or I could discover a Taunt minion first. That might be better. Ziliax here is interesting. But also Stone Drake, because it plays well against these minions. Oh. It's just a very hard minion to remove. That thing just killed his own board. I'm going to trade this away, and I'm going to play the Drake. So finally we can get some healing. Hopefully. What? You can't target that. That's literally what the card does. Okay. I think here we just have to play Sanitize. And just hope my opponent doesn't have enough burn. I am at 18 though. So there's a 75% chance that at least one of these 3/3s kills his 2/2s. And I just have to put some pressure on the board. If I'm trading into the 2/2, it's just taking too long. Interesting. Well, at least it doesn't kill it. Oh, that's a good draw. That's a very good draw. And this too. Oh, so many options. Well, let's start with a little bit of this. And a little bit of this. And a little bit of getting lifesteal, hopefully. Nope. Oh, we don't even have enough space for all these 3/3s. Oh, did I have lethal? My opponent was at... Yeah, no, I think it might have been lethal. So we had 8, we had 15. Yeah, it was lethal because the trout... No, it wasn't. But I mean, we would have won anyways, for sure. Question is, do I keep the totem? I don't think I do. It's hard to say, but I feel like I don't run out of cards that often in this deck anyways. And next turn we can make a 6/4 Grimy Gadgeteer. Oh, Oh, that's interesting. I think we still play the Gadgeteer and hit face, because at 4 health it's a little awkward for him to kill. Ah, dang, I wanted the buff to land on a Sword Eater for next turn. So yep, now he's taking 6, so I'm glad I buffed that. Next turn we just Sword Eater that guy, and we should be right back on track. Man, if he has to hero power here, all his tempo that he got from pointing out Double Agent is lost. You know, having 2 Sword Eaters isn't even that bad, because I can attack the turn the Sword Eater comes out, then I can attack again and get another weapon. But here I think instead of the Sword Eater, I'm just going to play the Belcher. Just have to keep on pressuring this rogue. Alright, I definitely want to kill these mechs because he could have something like lifesteal on one of these bots, and I don't want him to get value out of that. I'm going to buster into one of these guys. See what we get as a treasure. 2 coins. Let's do that. What is that spell? Could it be plagiarize? My opponent is taking a lot of damage next turn. I'm going to coin out the Troublemaker, because even if he gets plagiarize, I think I just win next turn. And it's just so much damage face. It is plagiarize, so now my opponent can coin out his own Troublemaker, but then he just dies, so it doesn't really matter. It's exactly why I made this play. It's either play Troublemaker or do nothing this turn. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Good game. I don't think we want any of these. Just look for a better early game. I picked up Cobalt Miner in my arena draft because I thought Excavate might have been a thing, but they might have gotten rid of it for a warrior because I didn't get any Excavates offered besides just this one Cobalt Miner. I'm going to play the Corporal here just so we can... First of all, it discourages him from playing a Whelp, and second, it's just tempo. Like, yeah, probably he probably just kills it, but might as well try. Yeah. Understandably, people are very scared of this card. I think we Bouncing Blade, and it probably hits the 2/3 at least once. Then we coin out the woodcutter's axe. It's a little risky because it could just hit this guy twice, but I think we just don't want that Whelp Wrangler alive. Yeah, I guess we're just playing a 4/5 for tempo, which becomes a 6/6. That is a very interesting play. I have drafted this card before, and usually you'd want to use this to actually kill minions. Because if you didn't know, Honorable Kill works on, what do you call it? It works on like battle cry effects. So unfortunately, I might be giving this guy a ton of attack, but if he does get an honorable kill on this, I could always just slam it, just to finish it off. I think we're better off just developing the Belcher. And maybe we consider bumping into that. But in my opinion, we have enough tools to remove his stuff. I'm just going to go face. What's the punish here? I'm not sure. I guess that's the punish, but I just wanted to deal 4 damage face. It's an annoying Tar Creeper. We have the removal though. We have Sanitize, or we can hit face and go Shield Shatter. Okay, that demon thing is scary. I think we just go for a sanitize, and we can always kill whatever comes out of here. Nothing. Nothing came out of there. Is it ever Slagmaw here? We are running a little bit low on cards, but we have both Needle Rock totems. We have, oh no, Jiraxis. That really is like a worst case scenario for us. It might just be the Sleepy Dragon. We've already seen him use hard removal here. And if we play the Troublemaker, we can play this next turn. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to go aggressive now. So I attack face because I have the other Sword Eater in the deck, but maybe it's not right. This is scary, by the way. I just have to go super aggressive, or else he just scales with the 6/6s. Why does this card exist? Siphon Soul? Okay. I don't think there's anything you could really do about this. I'm playing a slow deck against a Jiraxis. Like, I don't see any other play. I just have to, like, play everything. There's my signature Cobalt Miner. I'm so gonna lose this game, though. There's, like, no comeback potential from this spot. If he clears everything, I'm just gonna concede. There's just no point in playing this. I just want to see how this guy looks on the battlefield, because I don't think I've played him yet. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So the athletic studies makes me not want to coin out the Needle Rock Totem. And plus, if I do that, then I have no play on turn 3. Or on turn 2. But actually, I could do this order. I could coin out the Flunky and then play the Needle Rock Totem. That might be okay. So Therazane's pretty bad. Blast Tortoise could be good, especially since we do have the buffing. But I think it's the Gatekeeper just to have a 3-drop. So if we do it in this order, Totem probably stays alive. And you remember, like last game, we kind of ran out of cards. We do need to play for the value a little bit. Okay, so we play the Gatekeeper. It keeps the Totem alive. Thankfully, that was not a quick draw. So we go Sword Eater and then bump and hit in. That card is in the arena pool. I was wondering why I was getting 0 excavates. Opponent's playing his own Needle Rock Totem. Well, I'm not going to let that live, right? I'm just going to slam it for free. Or I'm just going to slam it without the card generation because we have enough of that. And then I'm playing the Athletic Studies plus the Nubrasath. Kologarn could be kind of insane, especially if it's discounted like this, because my opponent just has to either kill it or he loses the game. But the Centurion could also be good if it actually works. I think Kologarn is just better on average. See, I do have a full hand. I'm gonna have to start playing some stuff. I mean, you think, oh, I'm gonna draw too many cards, but even if I burn a card or two here, it's not a big deal. That so it's either a sanitize or a bellowing. Oh no, it's that. And finally he kills with totem. So we go with this. So if I have double athletic studies on Kologarn, I can more easily steal a minion. It's probably just the Burrow Buster. And now shoot, what do I play? Maybe I just say screw the discount on Kologarn. I'm gonna play Burrow Buster Gadgeteer. Nice. And now we just trade in, play Troublemaker. I'm going to trade here just because Troublemaker is 6 damage anyways. And if I don't trade it, it's probably going to hit the Golem. It's an awful trade for me. So if that stays alive, he's in for a lot of trouble. Canary? Nope. My opponent spent a lot of mana to do not very much here. So I'm going to play this. I just want to push the 3 damage face. It's going to be a tough one for my opponent to remove. Because even if he does have a board wipe, this comes back. Probably doesn't have enough armor for sanitize, stuff like that. Yeah, so what I can do is bonk, bonk, and how much damage do I have face? 6, 9, 12. 12 plus another 6, 18 damage. And then I'm going to hit with that, and it's lethal. Good game. Nice to finally get a win again. Yeah, this card is just nuts. I think it won us a couple of games. We're against. Oh no, Priest. How fun, how fun. Maybe the strategy here is try to kill Priest before you can do Priest things. That last game was just so annoying because we got to 10 mana and then the Priest just played triple Confessor since he had that card that discovers a copy of a card in his deck. Oh, it's probably just a Tar Creeper. Azure Changing is meh unless you can play him right away. So here, I'm going to coin out this guy. Oh, that's... wow. You know, I could take Slagmaw here. No, but Priest always has stuff to deal with that. This is good. This is good because I actually have weapons. Now, this is really awkward for us. We have to slam 8 damage into a 5/5. It's not ideal, but I don't see any other play. Like, yeah, it just sucks to do this. So now he might actually use his hidden gem to kill this. Really? Okay. Hidden gem is just so important for you, isn't it? Just develop a 7/6. Comes back alive unless he somehow manages to deal damage to me. And I think Troublemaker might actually be able to hit this. It does say random enemies. It doesn't say, like, specifically this enemy. Convert. Okay. I mean, he can kill it, but mine comes back twice. And at the very least, this means can't convert my troublemaker, hopefully. Oh, but then my opponent could just attack with hidden gem, and then my 7/6 doesn't come back. I think I'm just okay taking 8. Sounds a little ridiculous. Let's see if there's anything else I can do. Sounds ridiculous, but I have to play the troublemaker this turn, or else I'm just not winning against priest. I know it looks ridiculous, but I have no other way of dealing with that. We just kind of have to hope this thing pops off. Oh yeah. This is probably my worst matchup. Oh, he didn't get it. He did not get it. That is good for us. We're just all in at this point. You don't want to play a long game against priest. Yep, so you can do that twice. You kidding me? Oh yeah, and you quick draw that. Of course you do. Oh, give me something big, please. Thank you. You know what? I don't even want that to take damage. Could you have anything left to kill my 8/8? I mean, you've been holding something since turn 2, so probably, right? What do you have left? Oh my god, what the hell? That's a good top deck, though. I will have to say. Not trading that in. Thank you. Shaman could be interesting. I know at high winds, shamans tend to have that legendary that gives you the Staff of Nine Frogs. So if he does have that, we are in for a little bit of trouble. Nice, we have the Sword Eater. Let's see, what do we get? Do I just take a Slagmaw? The only thing I can think of Shaman having that could deal with this is Hex. It may just be the Runthak. You know what, I'm just gonna take the Slagmaw. It might not be a good idea, but I have lost his Slagmaw before. Yeah, of course they could have Hex, and they could also have the Duel's treasures that take care of minions. But this will be funny if it works, so I'm gonna play it. It's gonna awaken at 9 mana, and at least, like at the very least, I'll have something to kill. I mean, like at the very least, I could rush into something first. You know, this is a little bit awkward because if I play the Sword Eater, then I can't attack with this weapon. So it may just be play this other 4. Oh no. Okay, he's freezing me. Man, I wish I just had some armor so they can use the strike. Are you kidding me? Am I dead? That's what happens when you take Slagmaw, guys. I can give one of these guys Divine Shield. Maybe just the Divine Shield Proto Drake. No direct damage, please. Nah, you don't even need that. You could just hex it. Hello? It's me from 2 days later, and let's go over this arena run. So I find it funny how my wins and losses followed this pattern, and I was getting a little bit tilted by the end of the arena run, unfortunately. I was hoping to do more than 6 wins. Obviously the goal always is to get 12 wins, but I think with this deck, it's just not very possible. So 6 wins is about as good as I'd expect, although I'd have to watch this arena run back again. But I think I misplayed a lot against this last game against Shaman, especially picking Slagmaw as my rush minion. But I was definitely tilted by the end of the arena run because of these two priest games, which just took a lot of time. And of course, priests are just difficult to play against. Nearly losing game 8 was also, it was kind of exciting, but it took a lot out of me. So let's look at our choices. Legendary was very straightforward. We picked Vezix because it's super high value. And also Kazaku-san is just a fun legendary to play with, but in a class like Warrior, you're not going to pick up very many dragons. So just going down here, I think most of these choices were very clear. Picking Woodcutter's Axe over Ram Commander was a disagreement point. Maybe that's true. I'm not sure. Maybe I should value pings more than a weapon, but Woodcutter's Axe ended up being quite good, so I'm not too bad. I'm not too down about that. I picked I Know a Guy over Slam. I think I'm happy with my choice here. Bouncing Blade ended up being not a very good spell. I don't know why I thought it was better than it actually was, but looking back at this, I definitely pick a mech like this, which is just board clear, and possibly some healing. Now if we keep going down, see, Craftsman Hammer's okay. Shield Shatter ended up being quite useful as a removal, but Watcher of the Sun is just a good 2-drop as well. It was kind of a difficult choice. Here picking Needle Rock over Acolyte of Pain. I think it's alright. Needle Rock Totem ends up being good for card draw. And I guess you could say the same thing about Acolyte of Pain. And oh, here Princess was the pick, but I looked at my deck and the death rattles weren't good, so I think picking Necrotic Poison was right. Okay, so some of the best cards that I picked in this draft were definitely the legendary. Saved me, or it gave me a win condition for quite a few of the games. Because if this guy revives once or twice, your opponent just gets overwhelmed by the tempo. There's nothing they can do to stop this card. Especially with the Needle Rock Totem. It synergizes quite well, and I think I won a couple of games off of this legendary. What else? Gadgeteer. Very solid for just hand buffs. You put out your big minions and your opponent gets kind of overwhelmed. Let's keep scrolling. Unfortunately, Nixian Warder didn't really get much value because I only had one dragon in this deck. What else? Obviously, those two Sword Eaters were super good. And this is just an amazing 4-drop. You get a 2/5 with Taunt, and you get a 3/2 weapon. Now, the 2/5 with Taunt is probably worth 2.5 mana, and the 3/2 weapon is worth at least 2 mana. Probably like 2.5 mana. So you're getting almost 5 mana worth of value on a 4 mana card. Obviously, Troublemaker, super good for pushing face damage and just putting out a large threat. So this was also a card that like won me a couple of games. Unfortunately, against Priest, they can steal your minion for 4 mana by playing Convert. So this ended up backfiring against me in the Priest game, but you can't really play around that.